Hi everyone, my name is Sheridan. I did a 200-hour yoga teacher training in Costa Rica, and it was the most amazing, life-changing experience I have done in my life so far. This experience will change you on a cellular level. So I really feel that I left Costa Rica, came back to my hometown, and am just a better person overall, and I was able to put my new perspectives, my new just essence to practice. I feel like a different person. There's life before Costa Rica, there's life after Costa Rica. For this video, I'm going to start by just showing the photos and videos I took so you can get the Costa Rica experience, live vicariously through me, and then at the end is when I will put the talking portion of things I learned, things I would do different, so on and so forth. We are in Costa Rica. I meant to take more videos while I was in the airport because that's the part I was most nervous about coming into this whole thing. All of the signage had Spanish on top but English underneath. Very easy to get through. Customs was pretty easy. I printed out bank statements and proof of return flight because on the website it said to do that. They didn't even look at it. So that was easy, it was quick. And then baggage was easy. They had signage saying which carousel to go check, so that was easy. And then there was a shuttle. There was a lot of people, when you leave after you've grabbed your bag, there's a lot of people lining the streets, with signs to help pick people up, and a lot of taxi drivers trying to taxi lady, trying to get you to take their taxi. So if you're taking the hotel shuttle, which is free, do it. Just keep walking. Just keep walking straight. You'll see a sign that says hotel shuttles. So there's a general area to get picked up at. And then I'm staying at the Hampton by Hilton or Hilton by Hampton, whatever, one of those two. And then the van had nice big logo. So yeah, it was easy. And now we're here. Check-in was nice. And the front desk people spoke English, which was really helpful for me. So far, so good. Okay, this is the hotel room. Super nice. Especially considering that I slept on the couch in an airport last night. I want to see that. Now I'm staying with just one person, and this is our room. This is my bed. This is like my stuff kind of just strewn about. There is another like loft up here, but no one is occupying that. Just a desk. The balcony is unreal. 2 hammocks. And then we can go back in. With that view, are you kidding? Just all the fresh plants in there too. Sink, toilet, shower. Life's good, pura vida. Hell yeah, brother. Okay, bye. Oh, fuck! No thanks.
see if there's a bulging disc or herniated disc or scoliosis, right? Where the spine is curved. So that could affect.
much love to every single person in this photo. Who knew Costa Rica could become even more magical? Thank you for making my experience even better. Love you guys so much. First thing I want to touch on is why I picked this training. I scoured the internet. I was looking all over at all of these yoga teacher trainings. I looked for a long time. And when I stumbled across somehow, some way, Anamaya, I saw a picture of the yoga shala and I just knew that was where I needed to go. So it worked out. And then it turned out the instructor that I had for my yoga teacher training was Mary Beth, and she has Wild Heart Yoga in Austin, Texas. It just happened to be that she was hosting a yoga retreat in the dates that worked for me. I will say though, I went and like creeped the social medias. You should absolutely know what you're getting into. Make sure you like vibe with whoever is hosting your training, because I spent 3 weeks there. If I didn't vibe with it or like feel a connection to the person that was hosting it, it would have been a very different experience. So definitely look into who is hosting, who the instructor would be. Figure out if you can find an itinerary. For my training, they posted like a daily schedule, something we would be kind of following. And it was like 6 a.m. to like 8 p.m. Here's what you can be expected to do. Here are the topics that you could be expected to learn during your curriculum. After doing my little deep dive into the class, into the resort, I reached out and basically just kind of put the feelers out there. I was emailing back and forth with whoever the customer service person was for Anamaya at the time. And they really helped me make sure that like my travel plans were in place. I was worried about getting there by myself, about getting taxis, and they helped me set up the taxis. Anamaya also would feed you. We got breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. All of their foods were gluten-free and dairy-free, and most of their meals were vegetarian, if not vegan. Once in a while, they would give us fish, a little bit of chicken sometimes, but they were also super accommodating if you had allergies or like if you were purely vegan or vegetarian, they would accommodate that, no problem. Anamaya was also super helpful on Saturdays, for my training at least. We would get to have that day to ourselves and we could stay at the resort and just hang by the pool and do some R&R, or like we could go on excursions. So the first Saturday that we had off, I think we went surfing, and so Anamaya helped coordinate that and organized like our lifts to get to and fro, and scheduled with the surf lesson company, and like they organized the whole thing, and it was so seamless and amazing and fantastic. Another one of our Saturdays, we went to Santa Teresa, and so a group of us went and they helped organize our shuttles like there and back, which was amazing, so we could go explore kind of the town and check out some shops and stuff. My last free Saturday, a group of us went to Santa Teresa to start, and then we did like a boat ride excursion, and one of the coolest ladies in the crew, she was a certified scuba diver, and so we went out on a boat and she was able to go scuba dive. I can't scuba dive, that kind of freaks me out, so I was just like chilling on the boat, which was amazing. Very memorable actually, but yeah, they helped coordinate that whole thing too. So the staff is top tier. They also on site do your laundry for you. So when you're there for 3 weeks and you can only bring like a carry-on suitcase, you need to do laundry. So how that kind of worked is when you had enough laundry where you're like, okay, time to do laundry, I just had a garbage bag, and so I put my dirty laundry in, and you would just have to like count the numbers of items. They would give you a little form, so you'd put like 4 underwear, 4 bra, 6 pants, or whatever. And so then you would bring that to like the front office. They would do your laundry, they would fold it, they'd bring it back to you, and it was super seamless, super easy. Oh, the room service, they would like come tidy up our room every day and bring us new towels, and they would put the towels in like fun shapes. So I remember one was like a gorilla. I don't know what they just did so many cool things. Like it was a really just special experience. I was trying to articulate to my husband of like just receiving that level of care of everyone should experience that. It was very, very special. And so we covered a lot of stuff. It was like, obviously yoga poses. We did yoga every single day. It was amazing and we got in really good shape, but it was more than just the physical poses. We talked about like the yoga history. We talked about philosophy. We talked about mudras, which is like your hand positions. We talked about breath work. We talked about techniques. We talked about the chakras. We talked about some Ayurvedic, just things like that, wellness. We did pose breakdowns every single day, and it was like, okay, when you're in Warrior 2, this is what a good Warrior 2 looks like, how your hips should be, how your stance should be, where your gaze is at, proper alignment. We talked about like the business of yoga, and like we did ideas of like hosting workshops, mantras and chants, and we did some musical things. We were so lucky to have sound baths. We got to experience those, and that was really special. And we did a lot of practice with cueing. And another thing I wanted to touch on was like our bathroom and sleeping arrangements. So I originally booked kind of like a dorm stay where it was, I think I was originally going to be sharing a space with like 4 or 5 girls. Or I mean, guys or girls, it didn't matter. But as soon as I got there, I don't know, universe was on my side, and I got upgraded because someone was unable to attend the training. So I got upgraded to a room that I only had to share with one other gal, Teddy. She's amazing. Miss you, love you. And so it was Teddy and I in a room, and then we had one bathroom for the 2 of us, which worked out really well. And we had a shower that the 2 of us were able to utilize. So we didn't like have a line for the bathrooms. I mean, I can't speak on everyone's experience, but that was mine. Bathroom was amazing. The roommate situation was amazing. I mean, you're so busy every single day. You are hardly in your room except for to hit the pillow and shut your eyes. So I think you would be fine. I wouldn't worry about not getting along with your roommate because there's no time. I would get up at like literally 6 a.m. The sun rises really early, and it sets pretty early too in Costa Rica. So I'd get up with the sun, I'd go upstairs, have my coffee, do my studying, whatever, and then you're booked. Between like yoga philosophy, actual yoga practice, the pose breakdowns, meals, you were slammed. And if you did have downtime, at least in my experience, it was like, okay, like I need to practice my cueing to feel more confident in that, because I didn't feel confident coming into that training. So I would practice that on my downtime. It's hard to explain that to people, to be like, oh, like how many things did you see? You were there for so long. What did you do? It's like, I yogaed my ass off. That's what I did day in and day out. So you're gonna be super, super busy. The packing sitch, I just brought a carry-on and one backpack. I guess I would have brought a little more yoga clothes. It's hot and it is humid in Costa Rica. And I like to wear like yoga pants and like fitted crop yoga tank top, if you will. Like that's my yoga attire of preference. And I would have liked to switch or change clothes between like our morning sessions and the afternoon sessions a little bit more often than I did. I mean, it wasn't an issue. I got through just fine and still had a beautiful experience. But maybe I would have just packed more yoga clothes. So I packed a sweater because I was like, well, what if it gets cool in the evening? So I brought like a jacket and a sweater, and definitely did not need those. Like even in the evenings, it's not like you're not gonna need a sweater. You will be just fine. You're gonna want loose clothes, baggy clothes. Like at the end of the day, you wanna get out of your yoga clothes. You just wanna put on something that's breathable. But Anamaya provides nice quality mats, and they have blocks, so you don't need to bring your own stuff. I mean, if you wanted to bring your own, you could, but that like travel space is more valuable than bringing your own stuff, I would say. You don't really need like any dress-up clothes, even for like the free Saturdays. If you like go into Santa Teresa, like the people wear casual clothes, like a flowy beach dress or like those like comfy kind of baggy like jumpsuits, if you know what I'm talking about. I wish I would have packed some like liquid IV or electrolytes or drip drop, just because I felt like I was sweating so much and it was hot and just being so active. I just felt like I really wasn't keeping up to par with my electrolytes. So if there's something I would recommend packing that I didn't, that would have made my experience better, some electrolytes, just like those little, you know, powder packets that you can mix with your water. Oh, my cat's trying to bust in. 1 second. Come here! Come here! Aww. Tell everyone what your favorite yoga pose is. It's cat pose. Another thing I want to talk about is getting to and from Anamaya, which is in Montezuma, Costa Rica. It was, like, there's not a direct flight there. So essentially you have two options. You can take the ferry and get to Montezuma, and then like a series of taxis to get to Anamaya. Or you can fly into an airport, I think it's called Cobano Airport, and then also a series of taxis to get to Anamaya. I took the ferry on the way there, and then I took the airport on the way back, just to get like a feel for both the experiences. Also, time-wise, it worked out better to take the airport on the way back. So Anamaya helped arrange all of the taxis for us, so it was like really easy to like, hey, be here at this time, we'll come pick you up. And so they picked me up at my hotel in San Jose. Wasn't like totally prepared, I guess, of like what the transfer taxis would be, and essentially it was just like someone in their own vehicle that showed up, and I don't speak Spanish, but they were like, hey, like, here I am, and there wasn't like any like actual like identification of like, oh, like that, like there was no sticker that said Anamaya or anything on it. So I thankfully ended up being shuttled with two of the girls that were also in the yoga teacher training that did speak some Spanish. So thank goodness I did feel safe, and like they were secure in what we were doing, where we're going. So just be aware of that, I guess. Trying to think how this worked. So we ferried, and then we stopped in a town, got in a taxi, and then they took us so far. I think they took us to Cobano, and then we ended up getting in another taxi. And I was like panicking a little bit at first. I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? I don't know. I wasn't expecting to have to transfer taxis. So I was like, is this part of the process? Yes. And so we transferred taxis, and then the second one took us from Cobano into Montezuma, which is where we stayed before actually arriving in Anamaya. With the taxis and the rides, have cash on you. Typically they like to be paid in cash. It's not like an Uber system, it's not like a Lyft system, so you have to pay them cash. And so you need to have like an adequate amount of money to pay them. And it's important to have like smaller bill sizes on you for your taxi services, because for example, when I took a taxi from my hotel to Anamaya, it was a quick taxi ride, but it was like, so it was like $8, and I only had like a 20 on me. So then it's like, well, now I'm tipping you $12 for like this 2-minute drive. So have more like 5s and 10s. It might also happen to the taxi drivers, I don't think purposely carry cash, because if you can get a $12 tip easy like that, why not? So have smaller bills. There is not an ATM at Anamaya, so bring cash with you. Have that with you and available. It might feel like you don't want to keep cash on you, but do. It'll be helpful. When we went to Santa Teresa, I went to go pay for something at the store, and I handed them American bills, which pretty much everywhere takes American dollars and Costa Rica money, so like you're okay with that. But they don't like to accept the American bills if they are like really folded or wrinkly or have tears in them. So I would purposefully like take a hair straightener to them, or a really low temp iron, and literally like straighten out your money and keep it pristine. Because otherwise they won't take it. Also, on the topic of money, I would recommend downloading a currency converter app, so that you know, like you can just punch in how much something costs in Costa Rica, and it'll show you in your currency how much it would, like, are you getting a good deal? Are you getting scammed? And if you shop at like the little beach shacks, little like pop-up stands, you can bargain if that's something you're comfortable doing. Especially if you speak Spanish, that's probably something you'll be more comfortable doing. But you can bargain, negotiate, see if you can bring stuff down a little bit lower. Anamaya also had like a really fantastic like spa service menu. I received a few services while I was there. I got a deep tissue massage with like the hair oiling and scalp massage. It was amazing. I got a lymphatic drainage massage, and I did a Reiki session, which was really cool. Like, I had never done one. I figured if there was a time and place to do it, it was in Costa Rica, and it was really cool. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. So that was, take advantage. You're there, treat yourself. There is an infinity pool. There was a sauna. There's a cold bath. There was a waterfall, like a hiking trail right out the back. And you're not far from the town of Montezuma itself. So if you wanted to like go to Montezuma quick, you could on the weekends. There was a lot of just really wonderful things available to us in addition to like the meals and our yoga. So it was really special. It was amazing. Last few things I want to share with you is things you could do to prepare yourself in advance if you were looking to attend something like this. One, start tracking your flights now. Reach out to the people at the organization, whether it's Anamaya or something totally different. Reach out and just get in touch and see how they can help you. And then as far as your yoga practice, just attending any and all yoga classes that you can. The more like experience and exposure you have to different styles, so different teachers and like actual types of yoga, so hatha yoga, ashtanga yoga, vinyasa, yin, restorative, like attend as much as you possibly can. And then when you are at home practicing yoga, cue yourself through your poses. Like, it's one of those things, it's like public speaking. It gets a little nerve-wracking if you have to cue a yoga class or a yoga sequence in front of a group of people, but you can make it easier the more you practice. So when you're at home, be like, warrior two, put your knee over your ankle. So like when you're at home, just cue yourself through your poses and through your vinyasas. I would also recommend something that would make your life easier is like memorizing sun salutation A and sun salutation B. Likely your body already knows those sequences, like the muscle memories there, but just like knowing it in your brain, like the sequence of a sun salutation A and a sun salutation B. So with that, I hope this gives you a little comfort, a little reassurance going into your 200-hour yoga teacher training, and I hope that you have the most amazing experience. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, namaste.